Today we are reading, Boy Did I Wear the Wrong Shirt. I don't work here, I am 15. Okay, well, I still have served you alcohol. Story time at the bookstore. I don't work here, but I don't work here. Oh, hi mom. And get in my car and service me. Let's try to reach 300 likes for this video and make sure you subscribe to enjoy the craziest and the funniest retail stories. For more I Don't Work Here Lady videos, check out the playlist in the description. Congratulations Gasha Rose for the comment of the day, and now is the time to fight Karen. Let's do this. Boy, did I wear the wrong shirt. This happened several years back, but I thought the readers here will enjoy and relate. My wife and I often spend Saturdays running errands/shopping. This particular Saturday, we had to go into one of the big box hardware stores. I won't say the name, but all the employees wear red vests. I said red vest because this particular day, I happened to grab a red t-shirt to wear. You can already see where this is going. We went into the store and over to the garden section. We were having some issue with brown spots in the lawn. The store had a lawn book out on display and we spent about 20 minutes doing some research about the lawn. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw several people standing around. I really did not think anything about them. I just thought they might want into the area we were blocking. We got through with the book and turned to go. When one woman said, "Excuse me," I turned to her and said, "Yes?" She proceeded to ask for help in finding some product. I responded with a typical, "I'm sorry, I don't work here." To which she responded with, "Well, you were helping her," and pointing to my wife. I responded with, "Yes, but she's my wife." I looked around and there were about 5 people in line waiting for me to assist them. Well, my personality will not have me just walk away, so I helped each one of them to find where their items are. By the time we completed our shopping and got to the register, I had 9 people stop me to ask for help. As we were checking out, I joked with the cashier about an employee discount. Little did I know that I was not finished. One of the items we bought was a 10-foot long piece of lumber that would not fit into our truck. So I took it back inside to get it cut. It is a direct line of about 100 feet from the door to the wood cutting area. In that short walk in and out, I had 4 more people try to stop me asking for help. My wife and I still laugh about that day whenever we go into one of those stores. And I try not to wear a red shirt if I know we are going into their stores. That's a really funny story. So not only did he get mistaken for an employee like a dozen times, but he actually helped them. He took his personal time to help regular people, customers, to find their way into the store. If this is not the definition of a wholesome story, I don't know what is. I just want to say props. Respect to you, my man. I am proud of you and you definitely showed the way to older people like us. I cheer to good people not being Karens. I know we don't always help people even if we have the opportunity, but is there a time where you helped someone and you didn't have to? Let me know in the comments and I will reply to you because I reply to every comment. And I care for my viewers and I appreciate every single one of you. I don't work here. I am 15. Okay, well, I'd still have served you alcohol. This was not a woman, but I still think it fits. This happened to me about 5 years ago. I was in a guitar store having a browse and I was approached by this guy who looked to be maybe late 30s. "Hello, do you have any Fender Telecaster tin lines in stock?" For reference, the guys who work at the guitar store have to wear all black, plain black t-shirt. Some wear one with a guitar, amp or pedal brand, black shirts or cargo trousers, and black shoes. I was wearing blue jeans, a light gray Slipknot t-shirt, and grungy gray Converse. I don't work here, man. I'm legit 15, haha. Nah, you definitely do. You look too old to be 15. Have you got tin lines in stock? Mate, I'm 15. Here's my student ID. I show him my student card with my date of birth. Oh, sorry, mate. I'd have totally served you alcohol at my bar without question, haha. I live in the UK, so the drinking age is 18. Not so much of an insult as it might have been. I wound up working at that guitar store after I left school though. Oh well, a young man looking older than he actually is. I guess he's happy about that one. I remember when I was 15, people said I looked 20 or 22 years old. And when I got older, instead of saying, "Oh, now you look like you're 25 or 30 or something," they said I looked like I was 15. How does that make sense? Anyway, I'm stuck with a baby face. Just pray for me. Drop a comment below and let us know if these kind of situations ever happen to you. Story time at the bookstore. I was in a large bookstore browsing the children's section for a gift when I felt a tug on my dress. A sweet-faced child of around 4 or 5 years old of age was gazing up at me intently while holding a big, floppy toy that could have been an olive grab bear or a deformed frog. She asked me, "Can you read me a story?" This section has an armchair surrounded by small chairs and pin-sized beanbag just begging for story time. It is probably something kids look forward to here. I had time to kill and it would not hurt anything, so I said, okay, but we'd only do it for us too, so if anyone else were to come, I'd stop. Little Miss, her abomination, Fuzzy plus Kermit equal Fuzzmit, Kersey, and I settled ourselves in our seat and she picked out a book, Where the Wild Things Are. I began to read, and that little thing was engrossed. She leaned forward on her beanbag, left thumb in her mouth, Kersey hooked tightly in the crook of her elbow. There were no other children, but a few adults came and hung back by the bookcases to listen and to watch Little Miss' reaction. There was no way I was going to stop, particularly since my only objective was not to have to keep restarting or to be seen as a babysitter. The story ended and Little Miss clapped. One of the adults who'd been watching was her mother, who'd been keeping an eye on her child the whole time. "I am glad you have story time today too. We usually come on Thursdays for that." She smiled at me as she said this. "I'm sorry," I replied. "I don't work here. This little cutie asked me to read to her, so I did, that's all." She told me she'd recommended me to the manager if I were interested in going for the position, and she'd use the book purchased as the exclamation point on her statement. I thanked her, but declined. I am busier in retirement than I ever was when I worked. I don't work here, but... My husband was the lady in this story. We are at GameStop and looking for this game called Monster Hunter Stories, and he spots a comic book Simpson type guy standing around talking to a group of people. Conversation was short and sweet. I will call my husband H. The guy that did not work there but looked like the comic book guy will be CBG and I will be M for me. "Do you have Monster Hunter Stories?" "I actually don't work at this location anymore." "Oh, sorry, but I can check the system for you real fast." He hops behind the counter and starts typing in the computer. "Oh, you still have the codes to get on the computer?" "We don't have it at this location, but..." He hands us a long receipt. "Here are the locations that do." "Oh wow, thanks. That's very nice of you." The actual worker comes up and asks what he's doing behind the counter. Another customer says something along the lines of, he thinks he still work here. Hey, they asked me about a game and I was just helping out. "I don't work here." "Oh, hi mom." A few years ago, I worked for Nabisco as a sales service representative. Basically, I drove to supermarkets all over the country, unpacked pallets of Oreos, and stacked them in cardboard display cases. Though I did work in these stores, I technically did not work for them, since my main concern was displaying Nabisco products. But customers will always see a young adult unpacking boxes of cookies and think, hey, he must work here. This confusion caused more cases of "I don't work here" than I can count. Early into the job, I made the mistake of wearing a green polo while stocking at a giant supermarket and had 6 or 7 people ask me for help within an hour. After dealing with this for a few days, I accepted confused shoppers as part of the job and changed my top to a purple polo, since there are virtually no supermarkets with purple uniforms. This outfit caused a noticeable decrease in customer questions, but there was always someone who'd walk up to me and say, "Do you know where I can find this item?" Working in the stores, I had a decent understanding of the layout around the cookie section. If I knew where the item was, I'd make a brief suggestion. If not, then I'd politely respond, "I'm sorry, but I don't work for the store." On several occasions, this earned me undeserved glare, but most people took a second glance at the purple shirt and realized their mistake. I tell this story because the phrase, "I'm sorry, I don't work for the store," became so familiar to me that it was basically a new way of saying hello. When family friends doing their grocery shopping would notice me and say hi, it took me a moment to switch out of the work mode and recognize that they knew me. One such occasion, I was on my knees, stacking the bottom shelf with Chips Ahoy cookies, when I heard someone say, "Hey you!" I started to stand and reply, "I'm sorry man, but I don't work for..." And when I looked up and saw my mother's eyes looking back at me, my face went redder than a bag of chewy chips Ahoy. My mom just laughed at the situation, and I joined in to laugh with her. Overall, it was a pretty decent job for a college student, but I will never forget apologizing to my mother for not working at Walmart. Get in my car and service me. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I've had a run-in with a crazy customer before who threw a toilet seat at me, but never thought I'd have a story like this. So for context, I work for a large DIY retail store in the UK. More specifically, I work for a logistic company that manages their warehouses. I maintain their software. I have to wear the store uniform, but I don't work for them directly and have nothing to do with the stores. On with the story. This morning, I started my morning walk to the train station to catch my train to work. When I decide I have a few spare minutes to grab a drink, I am in the local convenience store picking a drink with some old entitled guy in a suit, OEG. He grabs my arm and tries to turn me towards him. I am a 6'2" male. What time does the nearby town store open? I need blah 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 and blah. I have no idea, Paul. Probably 8, but I'd leave it until 9 to be on the safe side. That's no good. I'm at work at 9 and I have people coming to work on my kitchen today. I'll be late to work. They might be open sooner. There's the opening times on Google if you want to give them a quick lookup. Anyway, I need to catch my train or I will be late to work myself. Where do you work? The warehouse in the other nearby town. That's why I can't help you with the stores. Well, I'm not going there. I will give you a lift to this nearby town and you can get me the parts. I will explain why you're working there today. What I try to say is, whoa, I'm really sorry, but I can't turn up to somewhere I don't work and start getting stuck for a stranger. As soon as I finish the word can't, OEG interrupts me. This is ridiculous. I've come out early, out of my way for this. You need to be more accommodating. You need to adapt to service your customers. Why should I do anything for you if you're not willing to do that for me? By the time he's finished, I'm looking at the time on my phone. I am afraid I am pushing it to queue up for my drink and get the train. Now I just need to get to the platform. He's blocking my way out of the shop, so I put my arm to one side of him and start to push past. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not doing anything for me. I've got to get going. Good luck with the store. The old man grabs hold of me again. No, get your effing face out of that thing and listen to me. We're going to that store and you're going to get those parts. At this point, I have no idea how to react. I've been calm the whole time, but now I'm just dumbfounded by this guy. I try to say something witty or think of something to diffuse the situation, but I just come up with, "Get off me!" No idea what that's supposed to mean, before breaking away and making a run for the station. He yells something I don't quite catch and just managed to catch my train as it was pulling into the platform. Hey, did you like this I Don't Work Here Lady video? If you did, check out my playlist right here. I bet you will love it. These videos takes me a lot of time and effort to make, so if you can show me some support by liking the video and subscribing, this will mean the world to me. Also, hit the bell button to know exactly when we post a new video and join the notification gang. Thank you again for watching episode 51 of I Don't Work Here Lady. See ya!